Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I'm here with our ETF portfolio update for March 2026. And as you can see, our portfolio went down with 2.08% due to the start of the Iranian war just after our update for February, in fact. So yeah, it's down, but it can go down even further with minus 10, minus 20%, because yeah, the oil prices go up, so you can have inflation shooting up, and when inflation shoots up, they need to increase the interest rates, perhaps, and when they do that, investing into stocks becomes less attractive, and then the stock market will go down as well. The companies have more costs to produce everything, and it can be a bad thing. But for now, it's still reasonable, a loss of only 2.08%. And yeah, this is just a message that no matter what, we will just keep buying because we are in it for the long term. We have still 20 years to go until we retire, so it doesn't matter a lot. The only thing that is good about this is we bought cheaper than last month, and that's the only thing that matters. And I'm diving directly towards the dividends that we received in March, because giving the overview, it's actually a bit stupid and it drags on the video a bit. So directly to XYLF, the dividend from XYLF, our income ETF on the S&P 500. It's a cover call ETF from Global X, and we received 29.69 US dollar for this one. And yeah, we keep our US dollars. It's recalculated into Swiss francs here. I also use it later on in the video to calculate how our portfolio performed the past month. But in fact, we keep our US dollar to put towards when we have almost around 500 US dollar to put towards the EMHD. And this month, EMHD also gave us a dividend. So for the 54 pieces that we have, we received 12.63 US dollar, and that is the snowball doing its work. And yeah, we are really happy about how it is going. And then we have our euros coming in from LDG. There we received 11.93 euros. It's always a bit annoying with LDG that you have three low amounts coming in, and then normally in June it's going to be a higher amount, because yeah, it's Europe and you have a lot of yearly paying dividend stocks instead of quarterly paying dividend stocks. So yeah, during the rest of the year it's a bit annoying that those 3 quarters are with numbers that are around 0.03, but it's the way it is. And still 11.93 euros, it's money coming in, and we can pay our quarterly costs with that on our Swiss quote account. So not complaining at all. And FLXD, also euros coming in, 26.69 euros came in. And next month we will receive a dividend from SGPX. So our euros are going to go towards FLXD again to add to our position of FLXD. And what I'm going to buy next month, maybe it's VHYL, because it came down reasonably well this month. So it's already down 3 Swiss francs. Maybe it goes down further, and we need to increase VHYL now as well, because I keep adding to GLDV and it's going up slowly. And now I added around 450 Swiss francs, so we bought 15 pieces at a price of 29.64 Swiss francs. And I also added LDEG with 29 pieces at 15.09 Swiss francs. So there we have 444.11 Swiss francs. So a little bit less than 900 Swiss francs invested. So we are keeping to our level of our budget. So we can invest 900 Swiss francs, and I try to be as close as possible. So I first wanted to buy 30 pieces of LDG and then one piece of GLDV less, but yeah, it's it came out a little bit better this way. Then here you can see our total ETF portfolio worth. So we added 15 pieces of GLDV and 29 pieces of LDG, making a total of 391 pieces of GLDV right now, and already 420 for LDEG. So there, although everything is red, still LDG and GLDV are in the green, because yeah, the amounts that we have into these funds are still not that high. So our 450 Swiss francs that we invest towards these ETFs still makes that the slight negative evolution of the share price isn't that big of a deal compared to the amount that we add. So it's still green for the total compared to last month. But I know it's down. It's red for sure. So almost down 1 Swiss francs for GLDV, and also LGG almost down 1 Swiss francs. It was down even more because it came up a bit towards the 25th of the month, and you know our wage get paid on the 25th. So I invest on the 25th because you always have to pay yourself first, and that's a rule that we are always going to obey. So next month we are going to do just the same thing. On the 25th we are going to buy in for 900 Swiss francs. So XYLF in fact is down not that much compared to all the others, and that's what it does. It's a covered call ETF, so it protects a bit towards the downturn. And a lot of people are complaining about covered call ETFs. Here in Europe, you only have a few covered call ETFs. We don't have the crazy stuff that is going on in the United States with the covered calls that are only oriented towards one company. We don't have those here yet. Perhaps they are coming, but I'm giving you a good advice. Don't invest that crap. You have income ETFs here. You have 6, and they are okay. They do what they promise to do. They deliver you income. They are not oriented toward growth. So I know that. That's why I only have a low percentage of XYLF in our portfolio, but it gives us inflow of US dollars that we need to buy EMHD. And that's the only thing, the only reason why we have XYLF in our portfolio. If we keep on adding dollar providing ETFs, and our EMHD is going to become too large of a position, just like AVLXD is actually also becoming a bit of a too large position in our portfolio because there are too much euros coming in, we will start buying another ETF. And you can say, hey, but you already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ETFs. Yeah, 7 ETFs is a lot. You can do with 1, 2, or 3 ETFs, and you can make a completely good portfolio with that. But we want steady income every month, and this is, yeah, in theory it works. It's still not working correctly because we started with SDGPX, and now that is way too big of a portion in our portfolio. But the vision is this needs to be around 35%, then GLDV needs to be around 25%, and this one provides inflow in month 1, 4, 7, and 10, this one in month 2, 5, 8, and 11, and all the rest, they provide income in month 3, 6, 9, and 12, and XYLF is the one that provides income every month. So that is the vision, and in theory it works out, and we will correct as we go. So just follow along, hit that subscribe button, and just follow along for our journey. You can see when you start watching the videos from the beginning, you will see that our portfolio is up quite a lot since since the period that we started. And the main factor is that we keep investing month after month. And if we look at our value, so last month we were at 84,480.41 Swiss francs. Now we added 15 pieces of GLDV and 29 pieces of LDG, and we are now at 83,503.31 Swiss francs. So if you compare these two numbers, we are down 947.10 Swiss francs. But because we bought these ETFs and those are worth net 882.21 Swiss francs, so that is the net amount that we invested towards our ETF portfolio. Actually, the stocks that we bought of our ETFs. So this amount actually is down with 1,829.31 Swiss francs. So that's a loss of 2.17%. So the past 2 months were great. We were up about 7% for the year. So we are still up for 2026. So nothing bad is happening. In fact, it's just a small correction for now. It can become much worse because when the oil keeps getting more expensive or keeps now at that expensive price, companies need to pay more. Then the inflation is going to shoot up because they will increase the prices. Then people, yeah, maybe will refrain from buying stuff because they hope that the war in Iran is going to end soon. So they withhold the money to invest towards buying stuff, and then a lot of shit can happen. So you always need to keep in mind that stupid stuff happens when we have people that do stupid things as well. So starting a war in Iran, yeah, you have a bad government there, but do we need to step in and cause all those deaths there? I don't know. That's not I'm not a leader. I'm not a world leader, so I don't want to get involved in that at all, but it's it's unbelievable that just one person decides something and the whole world is moving in a downward spiral maybe. So we will see what happens, and as said, we will keep buying month after month. And we also received already 4 dividends this month, and we are going to receive on the 1st of April, we are going to receive the dividend of VHYL, but it takes always 3 weeks before we get the dividend of VHYL. So I already included it in the calculation. I promised, in fact, that I wouldn't do that anymore, but now, yeah, it's VHYL. I always have a problem with Vanguard. Their ETFs aren't cheapest anymore. You have Invesco that offers cheaper ones on the same indexes. So they don't do anymore what they promise. So yeah, it's actually really annoying. Also, iShares, BlackRock, they really have very expensive ETFs, and still a lot of people, they are creatures of habit. They keep buying the same ETFs. So I also buy SGPX. We bought it in the beginning, but in the beginning in 2016, it was one of the cheapest dividend ETFs around at that time when it started. So at that time, iShares was okay, but now with the new ones coming out and with the total expense ratio of our iShares ETF, I already bought for over a year. I haven't bought SGPX. Okay, it's also because SGPX is way too high in a percentage in our portfolio because we want to bring it down towards the target value of 35%. But it's also because it's a really expensive ETF if you compare it to the other ones around. So I hope that BlackRock does something about that, and also that people realize that you can buy cheaper good dividend ETFs. That's why you can watch that videos on my YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button and check out my videos about European ETFs, UCITS ETFs to invest into Europe, the emerging markets, the USA, the world. I have the series about those. Just watch the years for the editions. Normally this year I will make new editions for all the series. The one for Switzerland I already updated. So with the dividends from XYLF, we added 23.38 Swiss francs, but as said, we keep the dollars to invest towards EMHD. So there it's $12.63, LDEG 11.93 euros, FLXD 26.69 euros, and VHYL on the 1st of April we will receive about, so it's an estimation, I know, but we will receive for sure $48.47 and recalculated into Swiss francs with the same conversion rate as for EMHD, it's 38.52 Swiss francs. So in fact, our portfolio is down 2.08%, so 1,760.59 Swiss francs. So it's almost double of what we put in every month. And that is something when you invest that you need to get used to. The longer you invest, the larger your portfolio is going to become, and the less impact the money that you invest newly towards your ETF portfolio is going to impact the worth of your portfolio. So it seems, but in fact it's just the same as in the beginning, because the 900 Swiss francs that I invested this month for our ETF portfolio, it starts its journey now. And in fact, it doesn't matter. When I started a new ETF portfolio and I put that money in, it's not like it's going to work harder there than it's going to work here in our portfolio now, just because it's a lesser fraction of the complete value of our ETF portfolio. So 900 Swiss francs on 83,503 Swiss francs, it's not that much, but it's still 900 Swiss francs that we put in. And the total dollar amount on our Swiss quote account is now $91.02. So already almost 1/5 in towards investing again towards EMHD. And then we have our euro amount on our Swiss quote account, that's 68.54 euros. And yeah, this money is going to go towards FLXD because in April we are going to receive again euros from SGPX. You will see that later. And here are the predicted future dividends for our ETF portfolio. So here the conversion rates of course now contribute positively towards our total Swiss francs that we receive in dividends from our ETFs. So it's always fictively because we still are reinvesting all our dollars and euros coming in. But once we are retired in about 20 years, we will of course take this money out in Swiss francs because here we live in Switzerland, so we need to pay everything in Swiss francs. So only FLXD is in the red because here when you look at this, it's 1.3878 euros right now. So it's a small difference compared to last year in the same quarter. The amount that we received is down slightly, and even though the conversion rate went up with about 1 cent, we are still in the red there. But for VHYL, for example, because the dollar became almost 3 cents more strong compared to the Swiss francs, there we are still in the green. And now we are receiving 3,391.65 Swiss francs yearly, and monthly that comes down to 282.64 Swiss francs. And in 2025 we received 3,141.02 Swiss francs, and so far in 2026 we have received 555.42 Swiss francs, and that is already with the dividend that we will receive from VHYL on the 1st of April. So the dividends for April for XYLF, it's not known. So last year it went ex coupon on the 3rd of April, but now it's still not given on the website. They are a bit more slow lately, Global X, for giving out the dividend amount or the income amount that we will receive. So I think that's a bit strange, but I have good hopes that we will receive about $14 this month. With the Iranian war starting, the VIX went up, so there is more variability in the market, and that's always good for a covered call ETF. So then the income that can be generated by issuing covered calls is going up, and that was last year just the same. In March there was more volatility, and there we received then 15 cents. Now I think it will be a little bit less. Okay, I don't know that for sure, but I think it's going to be about $14. For SGPX, it's going to go ex coupon on the 15th of April. The record date and the pay date for SGPX or ISPA is always the same, so it's always on the 15th. That's an exception among the ETFs, but it's really nice, of course, that it all happens on the same day. And there it's going to be 18 cents and 7044 euros. Compared to last year, it is up 0.9 more or less euro cents. So really good there. It makes up for the lower dividend that we received in January of this year. So hopefully for the whole year, the dividend that we receive for SGPX is going to go up once again. But now with this amount going up, it's definitely okay. And then VHYL, its X date was on the 19th. So in fact, it's only about 2 weeks that we needed to wait. So disregard my remark of 3 weeks. And actually GLDV, it's also 2 weeks that we have to wait there from State Street before we get paid our dividend. So okay, Vanguard, there you get the benefit of the doubt. It's only 2 weeks, so it's still okay. And yeah, we received slightly lower amount there for VHYL compared to the same quarter in the last year. But this I will just give it next month with the update. I will just name it, but then in the calculations for the worth of the portfolio, I will not name it again, VHYL. And then our update overview to finalize this video. So we invested 895.26 Swiss francs this month, and that is with all the costs included. So it's all new money, no reinvested dividends. Next month it's going to be reinvested dividends from euros into FLXD. The future yield dividends now is 3,391.65 Swiss francs, so that is up 92.31 Swiss francs, and that's mainly due to the fact that currencies became a little bit stronger again. So there we went only slightly up compared to 2 months ago, and the next goal is still 300 Swiss francs per month. As you know, that's the amount more or less where we started with when we started investing here in 2016 into SGPX or ISPA. And yeah, when we reach that amount, we are going to be really happy, because then you really see that your dividends start to make a difference, because yeah, you are adding in fact more or less the same amount where you started investing with in the beginning. So that's that will be amazing. And then the past month we are down 2.08%, but we are still up for 2026, so we can't complain at all. But as said, when the market goes down, even with 10-20%, we will just keep buying. We don't have a problem with that. We went through the COVID crisis, we went through the banking crisis when we were yeah in Belgium still. So been there, done that. I also lived through the dot-com crash in 2001. So nothing new under the sun. It will happen every few years. There will come a crash. There will come corrections even more. So we don't care. We just keep buying. Now our total portfolio worth is 83,503.31 Swiss francs, and our dividend yield is once again above 4% now, because yeah, when your portfolio worth goes down, your dividend more or less stay stable. Okay, it fluctuates with the currencies, but now we are once again at around 4%, and that's really nice for my rule of 300, because we have, for that we need a dividend yield of 4%. And the yield on cost is 4.61%, and if we don't count our reinvested dividends as real new cost or as new invested money, then our yield on our own invested money is 5.52%. And that's just insane. But you know, I'm just giving that for completeness. For me, 4.61 and 4.06% are the main numbers. And with that being said, thank you for watching to this one. See you on the next one on my YouTube channel, and bye.